Hey, what is up, my fearless networking friends? Todd Falcone here. Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to talk a little bit about leadership, okay? So, it's kind of interesting covering this on a blog post because it could literally be, if I was really going to dive down into teaching you how to be a better leader, it would be a 12-hour course or something where we're sitting down for a couple days. But, I was just thinking this morning, what do I want to say about leadership today? So I wrote down 8 things. We can call it 8 steps to being a better leader. Whatever. Well, let's just stick with that. So, first of all, look. Here's the thing. Like when you get involved in this business, okay. So I know I've got people that follow me that are, veterans in the space. They've been around for 20, 30, 40 years. There's people that are watching me that have started network marketing yesterday, and everywhere in between. So, when you get involved in network marketing, and especially if you're new to it and you've never been in what you would consider a leadership role, it's hard to kind of put yourself mentally into like the leadership role. Like I don't know if I'm a leader. I don't feel like I'm a leader. I haven't led. Where have I led people before? And or maybe even the question like, why would people follow me? Those are like common internal questions that we might ask ourselves. And even myself, I was 22 when I started in this business, and I was like, why would anybody listen to me? Why would they follow me? Like, what have I done? I worked at Jack in the Box, McDonald's, parking cars at Kelly's Restaurant, and selling cable television door to door. That was my life experience. But the truth is, like in different areas of our lives, everyone exhibits some degree of leadership skill or leadership decision making. It might be something as simple as like making a decision on what restaurant you're going to go when you're sitting there like, oh, where should we go? Do you want Chinese food? Do you want Mexican? What do you want to eat tonight? And somebody's got to make a decision, or you're like, hey, you're in a trail and you're like, hey, let's go this way. Or, or you volunteer in class as a kid to be like literally the line leader, right? The line leader. In fact, that's a great place to start, right? The line leader, when we're like in elementary school, is the kid at the front of the line that's leading you out to recess, for example. And so, and that's a perfect word, because this is an example of leading by example, of setting the pace. So setting the pace, or be the person who's going to set a good example for others to follow. That's a great leadership step or leadership quality, whatever, or decision, whatever we want to call it. So in what ways can you demonstrate by example what you want other people to do? I mean, it's pretty simple. Oh, if I want my people recruiting more, they need to see me recruiting more. If I want my people at events, they need to see me at events. If I want my people taking notes in the front room or front of the room, I need to be in the front of the room taking notes. If I want my people showing up for the Zooms, if I want my people, you get it? People do what people see. So one of the easiest things that takes virtually no skill to do, it's just a matter of a decision, is this whole concept of leading by example, like setting the pace for other people to follow. That would be number one. Number two would be be an excellent communicator, or develop your communication skills. I say this all the time. I really truly believe that the key, or one of the keys to success in life, in all aspects of life, is being a great communicator. And that doesn't mean you have to be linguistically as skilled as someone like a Les Brown, who, if you ever heard him, the guy uses the most appropriate, exact word for the exact and appropriate occasion. Like he's like literally studied the encyclopedia and the dictionary for eons of his life, and he knows words. I'm like, I got to go Google that, So I'm not talking about being a sophisticated communicator. I'm talking about being a person that clearly communicates whatever it is that you're communicating. So there's not vague generalities, or there's not misunderstandings, or there's not like, oh, I asked a question and you just failed to answer the question. So that's another great trait, quality, whatever you want to call it, when it comes to becoming a better leader. So just choose to be a better communicator. You guys know what I'm talking about here. This is not difficult stuff. Number 3 is be a problem solver, okay? Sometimes there's problems. Sometimes stuff happens. And like me, like when I'm in the field, like I feel like I'm the dude that's going to go to bat for my team. And what I mean by that is it should never be an us versus them deal, like the company, you versus the company. We're on the same team here. Like there's, the company's providing the products, the tools, the services, the comp plan, all the stuff, back office, and then we're the marketing arm. That's the way it works. And so it should never be an us versus them deal, but sometimes things happen either between the company and one of your reps, or even people within an organization. And one thing you don't want to do is allow things to fester. Like if there's a problem, get it fixed, address it head on, address it quickly. Like don't let things just simmer and stir around. That's not a good thing. That's never a good thing. So being a good decision maker is in terms of your problem solving, decide to be a problem solver rather than allowing stuff to just turn into something bigger than it needs to be. Okay. Number 4 is be a relationship builder. Okay. Now I talk about this subject matter when it comes to prospecting and recruiting. And in fact, if I go back in history and I look at like why have I been successful, it's not because I'm the smartest dude. I'm not dumb, but I'm not the smartest dude. I'm hardworking. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to continue to do it over and over again and repeat the process until I get it figured out. And have the hunger and the desire for change. And I wanted to succeed in this business model. And one of the things I learned a long time ago is people generally do business with individuals that they're comfortable with and they feel good about. And it's no different in leadership. Like if you're building good, solid, foundational relationships with people on your team, things generally go better. They generally have a higher degree of loyalty. Not always, but it's totally different than if you don't know them or know anything about them. And just being a person that cares. It's like, what's the phrase? People don't want to know how much you know, they want to know how much you care. It's one of those like phrases that we hear all the time, but it's true. And if you understand basic human needs, people want to be valued, wanted, needed, and appreciated, right? So that's another thing. So I don't even know what number I'm on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the number, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. You want to be you want to create a positive culture, okay? Creating a positive culture. That means, you got good vibes on your tribe. That's a good way of putting it. It's like we have a degree of positivity and excitement and fun, and we're having a good time. And look, I've spoken for so many different companies, and you'd think, well, everybody in network marketing is super positive. No, they're not. They're not. Not everybody is. There's toxic people in this business. There's toxic uplines. There's toxic owners. There's toxic individuals. They exist everywhere in life. So it's our job as leaders to go, okay, I'm gonna promote a positive culture here. I'm gonna promote a culture where we're having fun, we're having a good time. We don't have a bunch of negativity. We don't like get people I see people in like Facebook groups, for example, bitching, and it's like, and it's so crazy because when I see this, it just, first of all, I know the person that's doing the bitching and the moaning, they're definitely not a professional, because if they were a pro, they'd realize like, oh, well, I'm sitting here airing my dirty laundry in some Facebook group for everybody else to see, and that should never be done. But the problem is a lot of people don't really know that. I do. I would never go into a Facebook group and like, oh, the company's products were 4 days late. What the hell? And so what I would do is just I'm deleting that stuff. I don't do negativity. I don't do negativity and I don't do drama. So if you're like that's like one of your philosophies. I don't do negativity. I don't do drama. Bam, you're cool. What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are we at 6? Okay, patience. Be patient. What does that mean? Okay, I think you know what it means, but in terms of leadership, being patient. Well, sometimes we got to be a little bit patient with these new people. We have to be patient with somebody's frustrations of it not happening as fast enough for them as they'd like for it to happen for themselves, and maybe even yourself. It's like we have to exercise our own patience. Like Rome wasn't built in a day. I think I Googled this a little while ago. Like Rome was built over like almost 2,000 years. So literally, it was definitely not built in a day. Neither is your leadership skills. Neither is your, whatever. All the stuff that we do in this business, it takes time. It takes time to figure it out. I mean, we have to be willing to work on our skills. I think celebrating success is another one. Celebrating people's victories, celebrating individuals' accomplishments, celebrating, fun, good stuff that people are doing, celebrating activity, celebrating the lowest rank, the highest rank, the medium rank, celebrating somebody who, got their first customer. That's all important stuff, guys. So, and I'll tell you, like, you have to remember that one in particular. You should remember all these, but you definitely want to remember that one because, people will work harder. What's another? I'm going cliche day. People will work harder for recognition than they do for money. Okay, most people. I mean, different personality types are different, but everybody loves to be recognized. Everybody loves to be appreciated. So if you can foster a culture, not only a positive culture, but a culture where people celebrate one another and they give credit where credit's due, you've got the goods, man. You've got the beginnings of something amazing happening from a leadership perspective on your team. So look, leadership is a way bigger subject than a single blog post. I will share something with you that if you don't own this, you need to have this as part of your arsenal. A couple years ago, I produced a training program, a full-blown leadership development training program called Leadership Evolution. And it is a comprehensive, totally focused on leadership in network marketing, video training that instead of you having to go through the school of hard knocks, you can learn from my hard knocks. Isn't it better to learn from somebody who's been there and done it rather than bump your way around down the trail trying to find your way? I can make it easy for you with Leadership Evolution. So I would encourage you to grab that. You can go to toddfalcone.com/leadership to find that training if you don't own it. I'm pretty confident that's the domain, toddfalcone.com/leadership. And I will make sure, by the way, just in case I'm getting it wrong while I'm doing this video because I'm not doing a recut, that it will be on the actual post. So if you're on my YouTube channel or if you're on my podcast, come over to toddfalcone.com/episode 224. That's this episode, toddfalcone.com/episode 224. And I'll make sure you guys have the right link. I'm pretty sure that's it, but you'll definitely have it. So then there's some other notes as far as this subject matter of becoming a better leader. It's something you want to do. So we all need to have leadership skills, and leadership is learned, right? Sometimes people say you're a natural born leader. Some people might be. They might have some traits, but you got to develop the leadership skills, the leadership abilities, the leadership decision making, all the aspects of activities and actions that we take that we do as leaders in network marketing. It's not something that you just guess. So you can either learn the hard way or you can learn it the easy way. So definitely take a look at the link that's in this post. And guess what? We'll see you guys next time. I appreciate you for being here. See you on the next one.